On this week's special edition of the show, UAE Weekly went behind the scenes of the Bentley Systems Year in Infrastructure Conference for 2013 to look at some of the world's largest and most impressive infrastructure projects. There were some notable entries from the UAE, including one of the most ambitious airport developments, the Abu Dhabi Midfield Terminal, with the conference focusing on the role that technology plays in the development and management of the world's infrastructure design and construction. We discover the trends that are shaking up the industry. This gathering of top executives holds some of the greatest minds in infrastructure design, engineering, construction and operations. They are here in London to represent some of the more ambitious and most innovative projects in the world during the Bentley Systems Year in Infrastructure 2013 conference. With an air of excitement and anxiety, these industry leaders are here to present their projects to their competitors and peers during the BIM Awards competition held during the conference, with each one vying to be named as the top infrastructure project in their respective categories. According to Bentley, the Middle East is the fastest growing region for Bentley project work as a whole. The UAE already boasts some of the most iconic developments ever constructed, and this trend continues with the strong representation of firms present in the UAE nominated as finalists in the BIM Awards. One company that garnered a lot of attention was Consolidated Contractors Company, a JV partner for the $3.2 billion Abu Dhabi Airport Midfield Terminal project.
This project is one of the biggest and most prestigious projects in the area, in the region now. It is an X-shaped terminal. It's about 700,000 square meter built-up area, and it's supposed to serve about 8,500 passengers per hour and about 19,000 packages per hour. So those figures tells you the capacity and that this airport is looked to be like a hub in the region. The project is executed by a joint venture of 3 companies. CCC is one of them, and there's another 2 companies, TAV, which is a Turkish company, Arab Tech, which is a local UAE company, and it's equally shared between the 3 partners.
It's a unique project, unique in the way they've implemented BIM. I can say it's one of its own currently in the world that's doing BIM in an automation way, that they have gathered all the information and they have controlled them through BIM, and they could extract a live data at actual time to know exactly what is the status of the project. The challenges in such projects is the changes. When you need to track the changes and you need to maintain the models and the information, it's for engineering, commercial and etc. to be always updated. And they have to be, everybody has to be informed at the same time. In such a huge project with a huge information, that challenge is that maintaining everybody at the same time with the same information so you don't miss. This is the things that it has been implemented in such project using special software.
We were also instrumental in supporting the Qatar Asian Games, the Commonwealth Games in 2006. So that experience is what flows into supporting companies like CCC, Arab Tech, TAV. CCC are very unique because they've been adopting Bentley technology for several years. I think it goes back to the early 90s even. And they've successfully developed this technology and applied it.
Both CCC and Emirati received special recognition awards at the ceremony, with industry insiders present at the event particularly impressed with the continuing pace and quality of projects currently being undertaken in the Emirates.
Yeah, definitely to be a finalist is something motivating, and it's an honor because you are recognized and acknowledged by experts in the industry. So this is really an honor for me, for my colleagues and my company. In addition to that, I think such acknowledgement and motivation will help us to continue working in this field, to try to be distinguished.
Apart from the annual awards ceremony, the event played host to a number of sector-specific summits and lectures, as well as keynote addresses from notable figures such as Sir John Armitt, the former chairman of the Olympic Delivery Authority for the hugely successful London Games, whose team were able to deliver the critical infrastructure and stadiums on budget and ahead of schedule. One thing that hasn't changed over the years is that the design and the utilisation of infrastructure does have long-term effects on the legacy of a city for generations to come.
For those who monitor the industry, will recognize that UAE is developing very fast, and they invest heavily in developing their country for high standards. And the type of projects in UAE is, in the region in general is distinguished from other areas, where each and every project is a landmark by itself. So there is a competition to achieve landmark projects in each and every local country. In addition to that, they are trying to achieve this in a very short time, because they invest heavily in these projects, and they need the return on investment to start fast. This is one part of it, and the second part of it, they want for their countries to develop quickly and to achieve targets and be a known name in the region, not only in the local region, but I believe in the whole world.
With all eyes now on Dubai as it bids to host Expo 2020, the Emirate has a long history of facilitating connections and pioneering new ideas, and the Dubai Expo, according to top officials from the UAE, would be a great bonus along with Dubai's already existing momentum of development, as the infrastructure that is already in place is not only geared for 2020, but long after.